Imagine you are a sailor in the final, desperate days of World War II. Your world is one of constant vigilance, scanning the horizon for threats. You've been trained to spot enemy submarines, compact, deadly predators like the German U-boats, which, while terrifying, were a known quantity. You're looking at the vast empty ocean, expecting at most a slender grey shape to break the surface. A familiar foe, but what emerges from the depths is something else entirely. A shadow that blots out the stars. A metal leviathan that defies all logic. It's longer than an American football field, displacing more water than many surface destroyers. As it rises, water cascading from its colossal hull, you realize it's taller than a three-story building. This isn't just a submarine, it's a submerged island of steel, an engineering marvel born of audacious ambition. And then the impossible happens. A section of its deck grinds open, revealing a watertight hangar. From within, a team of specialists swarm out, their movements a frantic, well-rehearsed ballet. They assemble a full-sized attack aircraft right there on the deck. This isn't a Hollywood fantasy. This was the I-400 class, Japan's secret Sen-Toku or special type submarine, an underwater aircraft carrier. It was the largest submarine ever built at the time, a ghost weapon designed with a singular, terrifying purpose: to surface undetected off the coast of an enemy and unleash a surprise attack that could change the very course of the war. So, just how big are we talking? To truly grasp the scale of this underwater leviathan, we need to put it in perspective. Forget everything you think you know about World War II submarines. The I-400 was in a class of its own, a vessel so large it dwarfed its contemporaries and even some surface ships of the era. If you were to place the I-400 on an American football field, its bow would rest in one end zone, and its stern would stretch far beyond the other. At 400 feet long and displacing over 6,500 tons, it was the largest submarine ever built until the nuclear age. Most submarines back then were like cramped, claustrophobic tin cans, designed for short patrols with minimal crew comfort. By contrast, the I-400 was a veritable floating city, built to house a crew of nearly 200 men for months on end. Its immense fuel capacity gave it an unprecedented endurance of 37,500 nautical miles. That's enough to circumnavigate the globe 1.5 times without ever stopping for gas. This colossal range was the key to its entire purpose. It was designed as a weapon of strategic surprise, built to sneak undetected across the vast Pacific, hide silently beneath the waves off the coast of America, and then surface when no one was looking, ready to unleash its secret cargo. But the I-400's true genius, its magic trick, lay hidden in plain sight. Running along the top of its massive hull was a colossal, completely watertight cylinder. This wasn't just a storage tube, it was a fully integrated aircraft hangar, built directly into the submarine's superstructure. It was an engineering marvel, designed to withstand the crushing pressures of the deep ocean while keeping its precious cargo perfectly dry and ready for action. And what a cargo it was. Tucked away inside this cavernous space, they hid 3 Aichi M6A Seiran bombers. These weren't just any aircraft, they were purpose-built for this unique mission. Developed in absolute secrecy alongside the submarines themselves, the Seiran was a formidable float-plane bomber, designed specifically to be launched from a submerged carrier and execute a surprise attack. But how do you fit 3 aircraft inside a submarine? The solution was ingenious, a masterpiece of mechanical origami. To fit within the narrow confines of the hangar, the Seiran had to transform. Its wings didn't just fold up, They rotated 90 degrees to lie flat against the fuselage. The tailplanes folded down, and even the floats were detached and stored separately. Every component was meticulously designed for rapid disassembly and reassembly. The result was a breathtakingly efficient launch sequence. The crew, drilled to perfection, could surface the submarine, open the hangar, roll out all three planes, attach their wings and floats, and launch them from the 26-meter forward catapult in under 45 minutes. A ghost that could appear anywhere, strike without warning, and vanish back into the depths. It was the world's first underwater aircraft carrier. So, what was this giant ghost supposed to do? The Japanese Navy had a secret plan. They wanted to sneak these subs all the way to the Panama Canal. That's the shortcut for ships between the oceans. They wanted to launch their planes and blow up the canal to stop the US Navy. But the war ended just before they could try it. When the US soldiers finally found these subs, they were so shocked by how advanced they were, they didn't want anyone else to see them. Cinematic underwater composite of I-400 appearing and fading, vignette and subtle lens breathing, eerie ambience. To keep the secret, the US Navy took the I-400 out into the deep ocean and sank it on purpose. It became a ghost for real, resting 2,000 feet down in the dark. It stayed lost for decades until deep-sea robots finally found it resting on the sandy floor. Today, in 2026, we are still learning secrets from this giant machine. It reminds us that history is full of monsters hiding right under our feet. If you love giant machines and ghost stories from the war, you need to see our other video about the extinct bomber found in the Pacific. It's the plane that started it all. The I-400 was a giant hidden beneath the waves, but our next journey takes us deep inside a mountain. We are heading to Poland to hunt for the ghost train of Lower Silesia, a massive armoured convoy rumoured to be carrying 300 tons of gold and lost art into a secret tunnel that vanished in 1945. New search permits have just been granted in 2026, and the mystery of what's hidden in the dark of Project Reese is finally being revealed. Subscribe to Rise and Relic so you don't miss the moment we uncover the world's greatest lost treasure.